Hi, everyone, and welcome to the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff. Mike Conti and Jason Longshore. We are back at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and finally a home match. It feels like it's been a while. Atlanta United coming off 3 road matches in an 8-day span, and they were tough. They did get 1 point out of that in Orlando 2 weeks ago, but tonight, their third meeting this year in what's become a little bit of a derby now between Atlanta United and Inter Miami. These teams played to a scoreless draw at the Benz here a couple weeks ago. And then a week and a half ago, it was Miami winning down in Fort Lauderdale. The good news is, Jason, Atlanta United, they had a week of rest. They haven't had that in a long time. And you could tell as things rolled along in Nashville last Saturday night, the gas tank was really starting to be depleted as that match went on.
Yeah, it was a struggle early on, and Atlanta put themselves behind the 8-ball with a corner kick in the first minute that they concede a goal on. Dax McCarty wins the near post header. That puts Atlanta behind. Now, the response was good initially. You get a goal back very quickly through a free kick from Ezequiel Barco. Great delivery from him. Jeff Larinowitz with the slightest of touches to make it settle into the back of the net. It didn't need a lot of help. It was that good of a ball from Barquito, but Jeff Larinowitz with the run to the near post gets that little glancing header, gets in behind. That makes it 1-1. We're feeling okay about things. The response is good. The response kind of fell apart a few minutes later. It's a throw-in for Atlanta. Dax McCarty again first to the ball, and it creates an opportunity for Nashville that they score on. That gets it to 2-1. You've used a lot of energy to get it to 1-1. Nashville takes advantage of it a few minutes later. They go up to 3-1 after a great cross and a great header from Dax McCarty, who had himself a night for Nashville. With Atlanta pressing early in the second half, pressing up higher up the field, that ball over the top, exploits it. Nashville goes up to 4-1. Now, this is something that we took a little solace in, was the response from Atlanta. They fought. They created opportunities. They get one back. It's a good run from Adam John, good ball from Jurgen Damm, and George Bello, who's played so well lately, gets a goal to show for it. Bello cuts the lead down. Now, there wasn't anything else left in the tank from Atlanta at that point, but we've seen them try to fight back. It's just these early goals that are making it so difficult.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As someone turns the lights off on you here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, by the way, but we'll press on. Jurgen Damm unfortunately got hurt, suffered a hamstring injury right after that occurred. And unfortunately, the injury report and the starting lineup kind of go hand in hand. We know that Damm is out with a hamstring. We have also now learned that Ezequiel Barco is out tonight. He felt something in his leg at the end of the week in training, so he will not play tonight. And that produces this starting lineup, Jason.
Yeah, with 3 games coming up in the next week, you've got to be careful, and Barco sits this one out. That creates space for John Gallagher and Jake Mulroney out wide. 3-man midfield of Remedi, Larinowitz, and Josetu. We expect Larinowitz will sit the deepest. Remedi will be the mix. Josetu will be in the number 10 role. Adam John up top. And the back line that we expected, George Bello, Anton Walks, Miles Robinson, Franco Escobar, Brad Gazan in goal. Fernando Meza getting closer and closer. He's in the group today. He's been in the group. He's going to be competing for minutes in this back line here very, very soon. But this is a team, Mike, that you've got some opportunity for a few players in it tonight with Gallagher and Mulroney up top.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, Gallagher was a handful for Miami the last time these teams played a week ago Wednesday, including generating a penalty. And the less said about that sequence, probably the better. I still think there should have been a red card. But Lewis Morgan had 2 goals in that match. George Bello coming off the goal in Nashville. Let's center in on both of them now. Our players to watch here on the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff.
George Bello has been Atlanta United's best player over the last few matches, and it's not just for what he does going forward. We've known about that. He's delivered on that end. He delivered the goal in Nashville. It's been his defensive work. George Bello's tackling has been best in the league here lately because he's had a lot of situations where, look, Atlanta's chasing games. He's pushing high up the field. He's getting opportunities like he did against Nashville the first time they met. So he's coming back and having to make difficult plays. He's tracking back and having to make difficult tackles. We've seen quite a few of those, but Bello, it gives you that mix of offense and defense, and he's going to have to give you both tonight. He's going to have to give you that against a player in Lewis Morgan. You want to make Lewis Morgan track Bello on opportunities like the one that Bello scored on, because you don't want Lewis Morgan high in the attack scoring on opportunities like we saw against Atlanta down in Fort Lauderdale. Morgan's great in transition. Morgan wants to open the field up to the right side. He's one of the leaders in Major League Soccer in crosses delivered per match. But as we saw in Fort Lauderdale, he can finish as well. These were his first 2 goals in Major League Soccer, and the second one was a world-class effort. It's off the inside of the post. There is nothing Brad Kazan can do. You want George Bello attacking a good bit tonight to force Morgan to have to defend. The deeper he has to play, the less likely he can impact the game in the final third.
Okay, so Lewis Morgan and George Bello are players to watch, but as far as the tools to this match are concerned, I think we've seen a couple times, especially lately, maybe most recently 2 weeks ago tonight in Orlando, Stephen Glass has pushed the right buttons when it comes to substitutes, and I feel like this could be a match tonight where substitutes could dictate the outcome.
With 5 subs, you have that opportunity. And with Kubo Torres coming off the bench tonight, he will be a player who will be wanting to make his mark. And we see in the match against Orlando where the game turned, it was first with Kubo Torres, who had started the match, getting an opportunity very early in the second half. Second halves, especially at the beginning, have generally been good for Atlanta this season. That conversation at halftime has had an impact. It did in Orlando. Kubo Torres with one of his best chances he's had during his time here in Atlanta very quickly. He tired as that match went on. He's still building up to full fitness. Adam John came on, and Adam John gave you a different element down in Orlando. He gets the header early on from a great delivery from Brooks Lennon right at Pedro Gallese. Now that gave him a little bit of an opportunity to measure his headers and to get forward. But this is what we see with Adam John in this team. Now, he's going to be delivering this from the start tonight. It's going to be Torres and John in roles reversed from what it was in Orlando. But both are strong in the air. Both can get on the end of crosses. Both can impact the game when you're chasing it late, when you need that change of pace. They're different kinds of forwards. John's mobile as well, more mobile than he gets credit for. Kubo's better inside the 18 than he gets credit for. He can drop in and combine. They can both do similar things, but they have their specialties. Adam John's specialty is getting on the end of crosses, and we saw it in Orlando. Kubo Torres can combine a little bit more and play others in. Now, again, it's reversed tonight from what it was in Orlando. John came on looking for the direct play there. Today, you're going to have the direct play early. With Gallagher and Mulroney out wide, you're going to have the ability to put in crosses and find Adam John inside the 18. Second half, you can bring on Kubo Torres, which gives you a different kind of look up top and maybe opens different things up for this team. Those halftime adjustments and those changes in the way the team attacks have had success this year. They need to continue to have more, and tonight, you hope they're not as needed as they have been lately.
Yeah, you can't give up the first goal, and that has been a big problem in the last 9 matches Atlanta United has played. They've scored the first goal in only 1 of them. And Atlanta United has played with a multi-goal lead for only 12 minutes all season. You would really like to give yourself a little bit of a cushion, not so much to relax the rest of tonight, but to just make things a little more straightforward, a little easier. We hope that will be the case. Kickoff will be a little after 7 o'clock, and Jason and I will be back with you here at the Benz again Wednesday night. FC Dallas will come to town for the only meeting they will have against Atlanta United this year. We hope you'll enjoy the match. Thanks for joining us tonight on the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff.